Well, we're back. It's been a while. I have a few ideas for a video, and it has to do with performance on the 302. And there's a few different segments I need to do to go over a few things. One being is using a budget head. Now, the problem we have is that you have some of these channels that have a very high rated following, and people seem to believe everything that the guy says because he has two flow benches, and he'll recommend that you not buy a certain head. And what happens when somebody tells you that? You usually take it that they know what they're talking about because you see all that fancy equipment, you see their flow numbers, and you see what they say makes sense. But when you're going by just a flow number, that's not going to tell you how a head works on a running vehicle. So I felt the need to do this video because of this reason right here. One of the heads that I saw tested, he gave it a pretty poor rating. And he said he's not a Ford guy, but he recommends that if you are a Ford guy, he would not recommend that head. So I'm going to tell you what I would recommend. This was a eBay $400 head, and I ported one of them heads. So I'm going to tell you the results I got out of that head. We're not going to worry about flow numbers here. We're going to worry about a running vehicle. So this head was going on a 306, and it had a few upgrades done to it, a few little tricks of the trade. 289 rods, compression bumped up, and a custom cam. And the camshaft was up in the mid sixes, from what I know. So outside of that, the engine was still a budget engine. So it's in a full weight Mustang, and the guy that has the engine now, because this was originally built for my friend that he did himself, and he moved up to some Yates heads and 427 type aftermarket block deal. So we never ran this engine, so he sold it, and this other guy wound up with it. So long story short, that car is about 31 or 3,200 pounds with a 308 gear on it, and in the quarter mile so far, from what I know, has run 129 mile per hour on motor. So how bad can that head be? Now, the guy don't know how to tune it, for one. He doesn't know carburetors. When he was running this engine, and I saw it run, they sent me a video, it was not pretty. So it has a lot left in it. My friend that built the engine, he told me he thinks the engine has about another 3 to 5 mile per hour in it. I would take his word on that because he's one of these guys that knows tenths and knows where something's lacking, and he gets pretty close when it comes to horsepower and knowing what an engine should do and what a car should turn. We've always been real good figuring things out. So my point is this: you just can't listen to a guy that's doing stuff on a flow bench and has nothing to back it up. We're right back to where I come full circle with this stuff. And these kind of videos I don't want to put anybody down, but these videos that people put out on these big channels, and it throws guys off that would not have a clue. You're going to take somebody like that to heart and say, well, who am I going to listen to? This guy's telling me that that head's no good and it won't make any power because it only flows 200 or 230. It's not what the head flows, it's how it flows. And I'm going to be doing a video, I think, in discussing that, because there's some times you can actually be surprised how much power you can make when the numbers don't add up. And it's as simple as that. I've been a little beat up lately. That's why I haven't been on YouTube. Time is just slipping by here, and there's some things I thought I'd have out by now, more stuff done to the truck and things like that, but I'm a little behind again, and we have a lot to do this year. As you know, I'm working on the 460 stuff for the 65 Ford truck, and we hit a little bit of a setback with the 55 Chevy. And my son Adam, he'll be doing some videos on that. I'll probably be doing some videos on that. And we might have to resort to a little bit of things here that we didn't plan on. But that's what the car business consists of. You make a plan and you do the best you can keeping to that plan, but sometimes it doesn't work out how you want. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what I'm talking about. From what we know, the 55 Chevy engine that we didn't plan on going with, that we're going to use after all, is very low in compression. We thought that it may be up around 9-to-1, which would be on the borderline anyway. It would just be barely okay to make decent power. So what we figured out now, and we haven't gotten down to the nitty gritty, checking things out yet, but we think the motor is actually around 8.5-to-1. Adam's still checking into things. He's the one doing the homework on that. I'm just getting some information from him as he gets it. And he's going to be digging into that. So that's something to look forward to. And hopefully we're going to see what kind of power we make with this Chevy engine. Now, my idea was to just take some Ford pistons and dump into the Chevy. But it would take a little bit of work to do that. And I believe my son already has found a few different ideas that he would like to do. And it's his car. So he only needs his dad to give a little bit of input. He don't need me telling him what to do with his vehicle when he's done perfectly fine without my opinion. So even though he does ask me what I think, so at least I get some respect there. But anyway, guys, that's where we're at with this. I thought I'd do this little video. Haven't touched base with you guys for a while, and it's kind of strange doing these videos without having a head near you or some performance stuff around you. That kind of sets the mood for this kind of stuff. But I always say something's better than nothing, and it's been, like I said, longer than I intended to do a video, to at least touch base to you guys here. So with that, I'm gonna try to get over to the garage and go over a few things with Adam, and maybe do a follow-up video about some of the things I'm discussing here. And one thing I never want to do is get ahead of myself and say something and then have to backtrack from it. So um, that's something there that I've made mistakes with in the past. So I'm trying to be careful not to hype something up and then have it be where you guys are looking forward to seeing something and then it doesn't happen. So we see that enough on YouTube. At least I do. I get all anxious for somebody's videos that they're doing, and then like, what happened to that? So I don't want to do the same thing. I've made a few mistakes like that in the past, and I don't want to waste anybody's time with hopes and dreams. So we're going to try to put a little bit out there this year, and uh, maybe put some horsepower right in front of your face right there, and some time slips, and then you guys could know, hey, they did this and did that to that engine, and it runs this number, and maybe give somebody an idea what they want to do, how they want to build their engine, and that's what we try to do on these channels anyway, my son and I. So anyway, I hope that explains a little bit about that. But I always want to thank you guys for your interest in what we're doing here, and just keep watching, and we'll see what happens here in the near future, I hope. Okay? With that, good night, and God bless. I'm tired. I need some rest. Later, guys.